We're going to close out this episode talking through a big storyline that came out of Carolina, and not actually out of Carolina, but related to the Carolina Panthers this week, and that is Cam Newton. I don't know how many folks know him, right? Hopefully, if you're a Panthers fan, you do. You've probably seen the video of him on the 4th and 1 podcast, his show, talking about his experience with the Carolina Panthers, not being invited back as a Panthers legend, not being involved with anything, not seeing his pictures plastered anywhere around the stadium. And we heard his take and his opinion on where he feels he is with the Carolina Panthers. And as we think about this, last night I actually recorded a video, and I am in his court. I do agree that the Panthers do need to embrace him. He's done so much for the city, so much for the team. He is the face of the Carolina Panthers. Like Steve Smith, Julius Peppers, all those guys, yes. Luke Kuechly, Cam Newton, for a generation of fans, is that guy. And what he did for this franchise cannot go unrecognized. But on the flip side, I will acknowledge this as we talk about Cam Newton and his legacy. What you wonder is he is not officially retired, which he said that in a statement. He said he's not going to retire, but he's done with football. Logistically speaking, if you're the Carolina Panthers, I don't know enough, and I tried to do as much research as I could before this. There's not any public statements or information online on NFL operations, NFL media, that says how you can promote or interact or be involved with a quote-unquote existing player that's not on your team. But given the state of where Cam is, and he's not retired, you have to wonder if the Carolina Panthers simply cannot do anything right now because he hasn't officially retired. And so for me as a Carolina Panthers fan, I know Cam's not going to listen to this. I know the 4th and 1 show has interacted with some of my tweets, but they're not going to listen to this. If you were Cam Newton, and Cam Newton probably wants to get into the Hall of Fame, whether he wants to admit it or not, I would just retire. Retire, and then there's no doubt that I think the city and team would embrace him. And they should. And if they don't, that's a bigger issue, but I do think that they would. And if there is anything that needs to be amended, I do agree that it shouldn't be on Cam. Cam did not do anything wrong to this team, to this city, to this organization. They're the ones that kicked him to the curb. So that is my stance on the Cam Newton situation. And I know Panthers fans just want to see it because he is one of the biggest brands, and especially now with his show and being on ESPN, we see Steve Smith on the NFL Network, and we see a lot of these other big name former NFL players on the pregame shows with Fox, CBS. You see Gronk, you see Brady in the booth. What that could do for the Panthers franchise, in my opinion, from a branding standpoint, to have one of the best to ever do it for the Carolina Panthers, up and involved with the team. I mean, he even talked about wanting to do a transition video episode podcast stuff with Bryce Young and moving that. All those things can happen. And I think it'll continue to help the Carolina Panthers brand and image for fans to get back involved with this team. So that's my take. I'd love to know yours, and I'd also love to know your thoughts on the bye week blues. But until then, this is going to be the bye week. See you later. I am done. It's Carolina Dad. Y'all have a good one.